Welcome back to the channel. This is Amorebettersn coming at you with something different today. This is going to be a matchup of Kitchen Table Jank. This is one of my close friends. We've been playing Magic since 1997 or 1998 when the game was first introduced to us. The game has changed a lot since then, but we both really love Magic. So we're going to do a quick little best of three, no sideboards, no formats, just two decks that we slap together, and we're going to play a best of three of it. So we're going to roll for turn. I rolled a 14. He rolled a 1. All right, so I'm going to choose to go first. We'll cut each other's decks and we'll get this thing started. Yep, and then our rules are that we get a house mulligan. Anybody who wants to mulligan their hand doesn't have to get rid of a card on their first one. Just a gentlemanly thing to do.
Round 1. Fight!
I'll keep as well.
All right, my turn. I will play my land for turn. It comes into play tapped, and I'll pass the turn.
I will draw for turn. Play my land for turn, gain 1 life, and pass the turn.
Untap, keep draw. I will play my land for turn. And I will tap 1 green and 1 blue, and I'll put out the Ice Fang Coatl. It's a flying, and when it enters, I draw a card.
Good?
Yep, your turn.
Draw for turn. Play my land for turn. And I will play a Steel Overseer. So 1/1 artifact creature. I can tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact creature I control. And I will pass the turn.
Tap. Draw. Play my land for turn. Now I have 3 permanents. I'm going to tap 1 blue mana, put out the Ascendant Spirit. I'm going to play 1 green, and I'm going to play Blizzard Brawl. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. You control 3 or more snow permanents, which I control 5. The creature you control gains +1/+0 and gains indestructible. And then those creatures fight each other. So I'm gonna have these 2 creatures fight each other. A 2/1 indestructible Death Touch and a 1/1. So your creature is gonna die. And then I'm gonna swing for 1.
I take 1 damage.
And then it's your turn.
I will untap, upkeep, draw. I will play land for turn.
Get close to having Tron online.
Close. 1 land away. I will tap for 3 colorless, playing a Crystalline Giant. I'll move to combat on my turn. So I rolled a 6, which gives him Menace.
On top.
And I will pass the turn.
Tap. Draw. Going to pay a blue and colorless. I'm going to play Winter's Rest. When Winter's Rest enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. As long as you control another snow permanent, enchanted creature does not untap during its controller's tap step. Play that on this. And then I'm going to move to combat. And I'll hit you for 2. And then I'm going to second main phase, pay 1 blue, and put out Frost Augur. And it's your turn.
I will untap. I'll keep draw. We'll play a land for turn. And I will tap for 3 and play a Darksteel Mirror. It is a 0/1 indestructible. And I will pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. I will pay 2 to upgrade this to a Spirit Warrior with base toughness, power and toughness 2/3. So we'll just denote that with these right here. And then I will swing with both of these.
We'll block the spirit with the dark steel mirror.
I'm gonna take one.
And I will take one.
Alright, and I'm going to pay one snow mana, and then I'm going to tap this. It says look at the top card of your library. If it's a snow card, you reveal it and put it into your hand. So I'm going to reveal it, put it into my hand, and then immediately play it for turn. It's your turn.
Alright, untap. Keep draw. I will tap for 3 and play another dark steel mirror. And I will pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. I'm going to pay 1 green, 1 blue, and 2 colorless. I'm going to put out the Abominable Tree Folk. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of snow permanents I control, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an 8/8. And when it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature does not untap during its controller's next untap step. So one of your mirrors, you can pick whichever one you want to tap. And then I'm going to swing with everything else.
I'll block the 2, 3 with this.
Okay, so you take 2. And it's your turn.
I will untap. Draw. I will pay 4 and play Stone Coil Serpent. I paid X, which is 4. It has reach, trample, and protection for multicolored creatures or spells, and it enters the battlefield with 4X +1/+1 counters. And I will go to combat, putting a first strike with me too. And I will pass the turn.
Okay, I will untap. Draw. I will pay a colorless and a blue. I'll put out Marit Lage's Slumber. When Marit Lage's Slumber or another snow permanent enters the battlefield under control, scry 1. I'll leave that there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 snow permanents. And we will move to combat. I will attack with the 1/1 Death Touch and the now 9/9 Abominable Snowman with Trample, or Abominable Tree Folk.
So then I'll block with both of these for that.
Okay, so it's
5.
5, so you're going to take 4.
4.
And it is your turn.
Tap. Draw. And I'll move to combat. And I will pass the turn.
On your end step, I'm going to pay a green and a blue, and I'm going to flash in another Ice Fang Coatl. When it comes into play, I get to draw a card. And it has Death Touch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my turn. I'll untap. I now have 10 snow permanents.
Yep.
So I'm going to sacrifice Marit Lage's Slumber. And create Marit Lage, the flying indestructible 2020 legendary token. And I will draw for turn. I'm going to pay 4. 1 green, 1 blue, 2 colorless. I'm going to put out the Abominable Tree Folk into play. It is an 11/11, as well as this one is 11/11. And I'm going to tap your Stone Coil Serpent and put a stun counter on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will move to combat. And I will Leroy Jenkins.
I block that. I block another 1.
But the 11 still getting through.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
Perfect KO! Round 2. Fight!
Alright, our decks are cut. You lost, so you get to pick
Yeah.
who goes first.
I'll draw.
You're gonna draw, okay? I will keep. Your impeccable poker face continues.
Oh yeah. I mean, what fun would it be if you didn't know what cards I had?
When you pick up your hand and go, oh God.
Oh god. I'm gonna keep this.
Okay, my turn. I will play an snow-covered island, and I will tap it and put out the Ascendant Spirit and pass the turn.
Play my land for turn and pass it.
Untap, draw. I will play a land for turn. I will tap 2 snow lands. Make this into its next level, which is a 2/3 Spirit Warrior, and I will swing for 2.
Take 2.
Your turn.
Untap, upkeep, and draw. I will play a land for a turn. And I will pass that turn.
Untap, draw. Play my land for turn. Comes in play tapped. I will attack for 2.
I will take 2.
And then I will pay 1 on my second main and play Frost Augur. And it is your turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Neutron is online.
Fuck.
I will tap for 7, but I will only use 6. Put a 3 for the Darksteel Mirror and 3 for another Darksteel Mirror. And I will pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. This will become. So this is now a has a flying counter on it and becomes a Spirit Warrior Angel with base power and toughness of 4. Oh, that sucks. So I'm going to swing for 4, and it's your turn.
I will play a land for turn.
You need more mana, right?
Mm-hmm. Can always use more mana. No such thing as too much. I'm going to pay 6. Put out a Thopter Assembly. I'll also pay 4, using 3 of it to play another Darksteel Mirror. And I will pass the turn.
Mirror Army over here. Untap, draw. Okay, I'm going to pay 3, 1 green and 2 colors to play Glacial Revelation. I reveal the top 6 cards of my library. I may put any number of snow permanent cards from among them into my hand and put the rest in my graveyard. So, snow permanent, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 snow permanents. So a 3 mana draw 6. Can't really beat that. I will put a land into play for turn. Then I will pay 1 and play another Frost Augur. I'm not going to attack, so I'm going to discard 1 and 2. And pass turn.
We'll untap. And in my upkeep, I control no other Thopters. They're not Thopter Assemblies, so this will go to my hand. And I will put 5 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. That was my upkeep. I will draw for turn. I will play a land for turn. I will.
That's
I'm
quite the
going
board.
to pay 3 and put out my Mycosynth Golem. It has affinity artifacts, so instead of paying 11, I paid 3 because I have 8 artifacts in play already. So now creature spells that I play have affinity. So I'm going to put out my Thopter Assembly for 0, and I will pass the turn.
Christ. I got some work to do. Untap, draw. I'll put my land into play for turn. I'm going to pay a blue, a green, and 2 colorless to play my Abominable Tree Folk. And I'm going to tap down your Thopter Assembly. And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. 9, 9. And then I'm going to pay 1 green, and I'm going to play Blizzard Brawl. I'm going to make this into a 10-9 indestructible, and I'm going to have it fight your golem.
Okay. So this will
Die. Alright, and then
my Infinity.
I will pass the turn.
Untap. Oh, that stinks. Good stun. Upkeep, draw. I will play a land for turn. I'm going to swing with the 5 of these.
I will block 1 of them with my 4/4 flyer.
4 gets through. I'm going to pay 7 and all this dust. So each player sacrifices all colored permanents he or she controls.
Cool. My whole board is gone.
And then I'll pay 7 to and use 6 of it for a Thopter Assembly.
Jesus Christ.
And I will pass the turn.
Alright. Untap. Draw. I'll put my land into play for turn. Faceless Haven. I'm gonna pay 2 blue and 3 colorless. And I'm going to play Isu the Abominable, the legendary Yeti. 5/5 that says I may look at the top card of my library at any time. And I can play snow lands and cast snow spells from the top of my library. And whenever another snow permanent enters the battlefield, I can pay 1 color of Bant. And if I do, I put a 1/1 counter on Isu. So I'm going to look at the top card of my library. I'm going to play that card. It is a Blizzard Brawl. I'm going to tap 1 green, and this will be a 6/5 indestructible, and I'm going to attack or fight 1 of your Thopter Assemblies. So your Thopter Assembly is dead. And it is your turn.
I'm going to move straight to combat and swing with 5 of these.
So 9 damage.
9 in the air.
Okay. I can't block.
I will pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. We'll look at the top card of my library. Leave that there. I'm going to play my land for turn. Alright, I'm going to pay 1 green and 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to play the Spirit of Aldergard. When it enters, I will look for a snow land. I will reveal it, put it in my hand, and I will shuffle. Now look at the top card of my library. And then when that enters play, I can pay 1, which I will. Pay 1. And add a +1/+1 counter to Isu. And I will pass, I'll pass the turn.
I will untap. Upkeep. I have Thopters in play. I will draw. I'm going to move to combat. And I'll swing with my flyers.
Fuck, I'm an idiot. I fucked up. Alright, I'm dead.
KO. Final round. Fight.
Alright, I'm gonna choose to go first. I'm going to use my Gentleman's Mulligan.
As will I.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Alright. What a cut. No, I'm gonna do the same thing.
I didn't do that anyway. Thanks for getting all the jank off the top of my deck.
I hope all this dust, both copies of it, are on the bottom. Alright.
I'm not going down. So I guess
the rubber match.
I guess. All right.
Oh,
The
he's
interest-
doing it. He's doing
I
it.
have to. You can go.
All right. Turn 1. Rubber match. I play my snow-covered island for turn. I'm going to tap it, and I'm going to play my Ascendant Spirit and pass the turn.
Very strong opening turn.
Turn 1, all's dust.
I wish I could. Play my land for turn. And I'll pass.
Untap, draw. I'm going to play another land for turn. I'm going to pay 1 blue and play the Frost Augur, and I will hit you for 1.
Take 1.
Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll pay 1 and put out an expedition map. And I will pass the turn.
Untap, draw. I'm going to play my land for turn. I'm going to pay 1 green and 2 colorless to put out Jorn, God of Winter. And then I'm going to swing and hit you for 2.
Take 2.
Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
Jorn's out.
Interesting.
You're going to learn today.
I see. I'm gonna have to pass the turn.
Tap. Draw. Okay, I'm going to pay 2. Make this into a Spirit Warrior 2/3. Then I'm going to pay 1 and pay 1 snow to tap this and look at the top card of my library. If it's a snow card, I may reveal it, which is a Marit Lage's Slumber. I'll put it in my hand, and then I'll move to combat, and I will hit you for 5.
Take 5.
And then whenever you attack, untap each snow permanent you control. I'm going to pay blue and a colorless, and put out Marit Lage's Slumber. And I'm going to scry 1. I'll leave it there, and I will pay 1 and tap this and look at the top card. I will reveal an Ice Fang Coatl, put it in my hand, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 snow permanents, and I pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Alright, move to combat, no declarations, and I move to my end step and discard down to 7. And I will pass the turn.
Okay, untap, draw. I'm going to pay 3 snow and upgrade this to a 4/4 flyer. I'm going to swing away. So that's 8 damage. And every time I untap all my snow permanents when Jorn attacks. And then I'm going to pay a blue and a green. Put out this. Okay, and I'm going to scry. I'm going to use my scry trigger before I draw a card. So I'm going to put this on the bottom. And then I'm going to draw my card. I'm going to put my land into play for turn. I get to scry again because it's a snow permanent, which I'm going to put on the bottom. I will pass the turn.
I already know I'm dead.
Scooping?
Yeah, I have to. I have no land.
What happened?
KO.
Alright, so nice little 3-game match right there. If you enjoy content like this, like, comment, subscribe, do all the algorithm things, and let us know what kind of decks you want us to play for our next matchup. Until then, I'm Amorebettersn, and we'll catch you for the next video.